Alright, hope you enjoyed that. That is a song, as I said, called You and Me. It's a song that I wrote, and the way I just played it for you was a little bit different than the original studio version, even though I did do that in my studio. But I kind of did like a live version, even though I did the original studio version kind of live. But anyway, it's a little different, is what I'm trying to say to you. Now, if you'd like to hear the original version of the song, which I think is pretty cool, you can check it out. It's at my website. That is www.chrisdinacola.com. When you get to the main page, after you click on my picture, if you click on music, it'll open a little jukebox player for you. The song will be in there, along with some other stuff that you might enjoy. I did not realize that the ZBox website that I've been advertising for quite a while had gone down until not too long ago. So, and I don't even know when it went down. I just looked for it one day and it wasn't there. So all my music is now on my website. My website is still being constructed. It's another one of those things that I've had no time to work on. Now, for all the tech heads out there, always ask me how I get my sound, how I use my stuff. I want to admit to you, I did kind of cheat on this one because I wanted to get it finished, and so many people have been asking me for a new song. So I kind of cheated a little bit, and I used Guitar Rig for my sound. Now, I have my gripes about Guitar Rig, and certainly I will not be using it on any, studio tracks or anything like that. And it will definitely not be used as a main sound on NYBD's record or any other record that I do in the future, because it just doesn't compare to the sound of a real amp. But in the conditions that I'm working in, for one thing, I can't really isolate an amp as loud as the amps that I use and be able to play over them. Basically, if I was going to mic up an amp in the same room as the PA that I have to be listening to, unless I'm wearing headphones in the video, it's going to bleed into the mics and it's going to make mixing a big problem. So I needed to do something where I could hear my guitar and get it recorded, but without the guitar screaming over the backing track or the backing track screaming into the mics that are on the amp. So I just bit the bullet and used Guitar Rig. I did it just to get a song completed. It was the easiest way to do it, the quickest way to do it. And let's be honest, it's not like it's not me playing or anything like that. It is. It's just, not really. Obviously, I could have gotten a much better sound through my new tube amps, which I still have yet to unveil. But, for this purpose, it did the job. Now, one last thing to mention here, I just want to talk a little bit about the specifics of how these videos get created. And point out who helps me with the project and who does all the work and everything else. Starting from the beginning, like I said, the song was written by me, wrote it a few years ago, and I wrote it on my 5150 guitar very shortly after I got it. Funny story for you, you guitar players, you can see there's a lot of, sliding back and forth in that main riff. And when I got the guitar, the frets were a little wide. You've probably had that before, especially during the winter where the frets start biting you from the sides of the neck. And when I recorded the song originally, because of all that sliding and the 5150 having that problem, the insides of my fingers were all cut up and red. And it was bad. So I recorded the original version, and when I did this version, like I said, it was kind of like a live version. I raised the tempo a little bit and made it more of like one guitar based. I did put a rhythm guitar in it and a clean guitar like I did in the original track, but the original track was pretty thickly layered. I had a couple of different guitars, 2 rhythm guitars, a couple of lead guitars, a harmonized guitar, and some nice just subtle stuff going on underneath it, but this I kind of stripped it down. Now, as for recording it, I use my Motu 828 Mark II into Cakewalk Sonar 8. I actually do have X1, but I haven't really gotten the complete feel for it yet. Haven't made that full transition yet, but Sonar 8 is great, does the job. And like I said, recorded into Guitar Rig, monitored through my my studio monitors. Now, the guy that does all the audio engineering that basically runs Sonar for me while I'm shooting the video is me. And the guy that does the mixing and, produces the final cut is me. And the guy that sets up the equipment, also when I am using amps, the guy that sets up all the mics and makes sure everything's hooked up right is me again. Now, as for the video aspect of it, the guy who sets up the lighting is a guy named Chris Dinacola, and that's me. And the guy who sets up the different cameras and makes sure they're all positioned correctly on the tripods and everything, especially in this case where I had the 2 extra camera angles, that guy is, that's me. And the guy who edits the video together and chooses the best angles and everything like that, that would be me again. And since the cameras are all mounted and stationary in my most recent videos, I did have a camera operator for a while, but they only made things more difficult because they couldn't follow simple instructions. So all the zooms and pans and everything you see is done manually in Adobe CS5, and it's done by me again. Now, am I bragging about this? Well, yeah, a little. But I think you also realize why it takes me so long to do these things. I have no help. I do all this stuff myself, and it's not that I mind doing it, it's just a lot of work. It takes a long time. As I'm shooting this, it's been, I think, 3 weeks since I actually performed the song, and I'm only just getting to the final stages of the video editing, and I still have to finalize the mix of the song and sync it up. So it sounds as good as it can possibly sound. It's a lot of work, and that's why I don't churn these videos out left and right. Now, as for the performance itself, I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of messed up the solo a little bit, but, you know, it was alright. So, and I'm pleased with the results, so I might do a few more songs in the near future where I'm using Guitar Rig, because it definitely does cut down on time for reasons that I've already explained. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole 8 total camera angles, 4 on the guitar and 4 on the vocal performance, again, because that was a lot of work. And actually, it turned out to be 7, in case you didn't notice. I had one angle that was good when I was playing guitar. It kind of turned out to be a fret cam where you're seeing, you know, from my left looking at my fingers. But I forgot to reposition it before I sang the song, and it ended up being a crotch cam. So I decided, you know, not really the best angle to use. And since I'm also pleased with the results of playing it and then singing it in another video, I might do a few songs that I hadn't planned on doing. It's kind of freed me up a little, because now I don't have to worry about playing and singing at the same time. Now, I actually have another song that I did the same way. I shot it quite a while ago, but for several reasons it hasn't been finished. But I'm looking to get it done real soon. You'll find out what it is, hopefully very soon, but it's a cool song. It's one I didn't write, but it's a very cool song. Now, of course, I will be doing some more performances in the future where I will be using my actual rig and my actual amps, and you'll see just how cool those sound. And, of course, that tube amp series I talked about, it is on the way. The biggest problem that I've ran into is, you know, I was shooting video with my cameras and recording audio into Sonar, and for some reason, the time on the audio in Sonar does not match the time on the camera. That is, even if I sync them up at the starting point, by the end, they'll be out of sync. As you can imagine, this has caused me a lot of work. And I'm trying to get it all finished, but, you know, with so many other things going on, I just don't always have time to work on it. So that's about it. Once again, if you like the song, you can find the original version at ChrisDinacola.com. Click on my picture to get to the main page. On the main page, click Music, and it's on the list of songs there, along with some other cool songs you might want to check out. It's called You and Me. And by the way, if you're going to ask about the lyrics, I'll just let you figure out what they mean. Whatever they mean to you, that's what they mean. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you're having as much fun as I am. And I've got some things planned. Hopefully another song for you pretty soon, and maybe even a few surprises. If you want to know what they are, you're just going to have to stick around. And if you haven't subscribed, what the hell are you waiting for? Do you need a freaking invitation? Here's your invitation. Subscribe already, will you? I'm Chris Dinacola. I'll see you later.